What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada distillers.
You're not supposed to see her yet. Wasn't supposed to see her yet. That was supposed to be a surprise. Welcome to Ridealong Live. Whoa! It's Thursday. All right. Yes. Yes. Hey. Hey. Nice. Hey, Abigail, how you doing? Guys, today's a treat. Yeah, today's a treat. Now, let me tell you something. My next guest is probably the most sought after immigration attorney. She is globally acclaimed. I mean, everybody who's anybody of importance have her number. And she don't want any kind of program. Come on now. We're talking about Deanna Winter Funday. I mean, she don't appear on any program. And let me tell you something. Her consultation fee ain't cheap. But Deanna Winter Funday, our friend, our family, I call her my sister, she decided to spend an hour with us because she cares about the Caribbean and the people of the Caribbean. She is donating an hour of her time to answer some of your questions as it relates to immigration, visas, you name it. Yes! So, I want everybody to tag a friend right now, like I'm going to do right now, because I get calls every single day from people who was asking me immigration questions. I say, I'm not an immigration attorney. You got to call Deanna Winter Funday. You got to call the professionals. I am just, you know, I have very little information. So I want everybody to tag a friend right now. Yeah. Let me do it as well. And we are wasting no time because we have very limited time with the immigration professional. I ain't sticking around. I ain't waiting for nobody to come. When we start, and we go in full-fledged ahead. Yeah! I just want to make sure I tag everybody, though. Let me just tag. Yes, I have to tag this person. All right. Okay, guys. And if you're wondering what I'm wearing, it's Make Your Mama Proud, all right? It's Mother's Day coming up, and you got to make your mama proud. Mama, I hope I'm making you proud. Is your mama proud of you? If you're doing the right things, your mama should be proud of you, all right? Okay? All right, guys. Make your mama proud. Once again, happy am I to introduce again family of the ride. I call her my sister, Deanna Winter Funday! Yeah! Yeah!
It's been long.
Yay! That's how you welcome celebrities. That's how
Oh my God.
most honorable.
It's the Ridealong family.
Ah.
Big up on yourself. Big
Yeah,
up
man.
yourself.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien. ¿Y tú?
Bien, muy bien. Très bien.
Très bien, bien.
Spanish and everything.
Hey, buenas tardes, señor. Buenas
Buenas
tardes.
tardes.
Mhm.
Diana, it's been a while.
It's been a while, Jay. It's been a while, but it hasn't been a while
Right,
because
true.
the Ride Along family is near and dear to my heart, right? So it's been a while, but it hasn't really been a while.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. But listen, I've been watching all your progress. You are a
Thank you.
legal rebel.
Thank
You have
you.
done so much. You don't sleep. You never sleep, Diana. You don't. You just keep going. You don't sleep at all.
No, I don't sleep. I just plug in and get re-energized, and
Yeah.
I'm on the move again.
The one, like those electric cars, man. You just plug in, energize, and start going again. I saw
Hmm.
you the last time you was in some Spanish country,
Colombia.
Colombia. Wow.
See, see,
Yeah.
see,
And you learning Spanish,
see, señor, see.
talking about personal development. You just never stop.
Ah, gracias, mi amor.
Yeah, man. Yeah, again, thank you so much. And I promise my viewers that you have limited time, so we want to keep that time. We want to make sure we keep that time. So we're going to open up the phone lines from the time we start, so you guys could call in from the beginning, because I know how urgent some of the issues that you have right now.
I agree. I
Right?
agree.
Open up the phone lines really, really early. So let's get right into it, right? I want to first start with my friends, my family, the folks that are sitting right now in the Caribbean, and they're anxious
Hmm.
to visit the United States. They want to get a visa to come to the United States. Some of them who have tried already, but they failed.
Hmm.
What are some of the things that they need to do and ensure that they have good paperwork, good document to, and ensure they stand a better chance of obtaining a visa to come to the United States?
Love it, love it, love it. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Jay, for welcoming me to Ride Along. It's been a while. When I looked at the clock, Jay, I've been here since 2018. So
Yes.
I've been around Ride Along for 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. 6 years. So I want to thank you and the Ride Along family. To this day, I still get calls, Jay, people saying, "Oh, I saw you on Ride Along. I saw
Yes.
you on Ride Along." So I really want to extend my heartfelt love to you and the Ride Along family for all the support they've given us over the years, because we can't go anywhere without Ride Along, right? So I do want to start by telling you that. To
Thank you
all
so
my
much.
folks in the Caribbean, pleasant good evening. Um, I want to make sure I bring my manners with me. Pleasant good evening to all of you. And I love being on the Ride Along show. When Jay calls, I answer, right? Because that's what family do. That's what
Absolutely.
family do. Oh, they say I don't sleep.
You don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a
Them
fact.
seven don't sleep. Them seven don't sleep.
That's
All
a
right.
fact.
And I'm also live on TikTok. TikTok, make sure you're following the Ride Along King, Mr. Junior George himself.
Yeah.
Don't follow me, you got to follow Junior as well. All right. So, Jay, when we talk about the most common way that Caribbean folks come to the United States, right?
Yes.
Caribbean and maybe some people on the continent of Africa, it's that visitor's visa, right? Because that's what our grandparents did. That's what our parents did, and that's what we know. So everybody goes after that B1, that B2 visa, because that is the most common way that people come to the United States, and that is a visitor's visa. And
Right.
a lot of times to get that visa, you've got to show the government that you are coming back home. That's all it is, enough. When you go to the embassy, the US government, the embassy in your country, you're
Right.
saying to them, look, this is only a one-time trip. I need to go visit Disneyland. I need to go visit my aunt. I'm getting a little vacation off work. I've been teaching for 10, 15, 20 years, and I just need a little break.
Right.
So it's very temporary and it's for a specific purpose. That's how most people come in. It's the B1, the B2 visa.
Okay. All right. Good. B1 and B2 visa. Now, when you say that you have to, you coming in temporary, right? Which means that you have to prove to them that you coming back. You ain't going to America and stay. You are planning to visit and return. How do you create, or how do you ensure and tell them that this is just temporary? I'm just going to come back.
Mhm. You have to, they call it ties. Write it down right along, family. TIES. A
Yes.
lot of times, the immigration officer, you walk into that building and they want to see ties. You can show ties based on your word, meaning you can say, I intend to come back, or you can show it using paper,
Aha.
maybe a bank statement. You own a car, You have a job. You've been working at this job for 15 years. Maybe you have a job letter. So you have to show something physical. You can say, look, I am married. Here's my marriage certificate. I'm married. In the case of my mom, she was married with 7 children. I
Uh-huh.
am married. I have 7 children. How am I going to leave my kids? I have all intents and purposes of coming back. So you can do it in one of two ways, Junior. You can use your words,
Uh-huh.
meaning you convince the officer that you're coming back, or you can use what we call documentation, the
Mhm.
proof. Show them that, look, I intend to come back. Here's my job letter. Here's the title to my car. Here's my bank statement. I have a lot of money in the bank. Why would I leave? By the way, here's the title to my house. I have a piece of land. I own 100 head of cattle. I'm a nail technician, right? So anything, and you can be as creative as you want, Junior.
Right.
Just to say, I have to come back because I have all these things to come back to.
Right, right. So the better you're able to provide and show to them that you have ties, you your story becomes more believable.
Yes, it becomes, but let me caution you.
Uh-huh.
This is a discretion,
Uh-huh.
meaning, Junior, you could go to the embassy and you have ties from here to Babylon. And
Right.
the officer looks at you and say, wait, this is Junior George. I don't like his red blazer. And he will deny you.
I see.
So it's discretionary. It's not an entitlement where you say, but the Miss Diani said I should bring all these ties. That means I'm getting approved. No. It is a very short period of time for you to convince that officer that you're going to visit the US based on this category of visa, a visitor's visa, and you're coming back.
Right. Are there certain ties that have more weight than some?
No, no, no,
So,
no,
so
no.
I'm thinking, and from a layman's perspective, again, I'm no attorney. I'm thinking, say you're married, right?
Hmm.
Um, and you have your land papers and you have a
Hmm.
business. Is there a hierarchy of documents that you probably should push first? Like, I want to show them that I have land papers, so I have my
Hmm.
land, and I'm not going to leave that. And then I'm going to push my second document and my third document. Is there a hierarchy?
I'm going to say before you even get to the hierarchy of documents, I
Uh-huh.
think you have to start with that application. That
Right,
story in that application. Why
right,
are you going to the United States? They are hip. They're gotten smart to the people that say, I'm going for a wedding, I'm going for a graduation, I'm going for a conference. That's kind of like the common reasons. So you
right,
have to start with that story and you have to be convincing, right? As far as the documents, it all depends on the officer. You may bring this whole Bible of documents and the officer asks you one thing about your job and all they want to see is the job letter. You may bring 10 years of bank statements and they just want to see the last 30 days. So
right,
it really depends on the officer and how you present your case. Certainly, the more established you are in your home country, that's why you'll see like the businessmen, certain kind of families, they'll have their B1, B2 because quite frankly, they're not going to leave anyway. The
right.
more established you are, it helps, but you can have all kind of reasons to come back and they still deny you. You just don't know. I think Spice London says it best. It's immigration, and they don't even believe you when you're telling the truth. You really don't know, because, of course, it is discretionary. It is very much discretionary. And certain countries, certain documents are not believable. When you're in certain countries, they just know you're going to get somebody to make up that job letter. You might get somebody to make up the bank statement. So there's no document that carries more weight than anything. It really comes down to one, that proper application
Right.
that is honest, that is filed, and then how do you support that application?
Do you think you have a stronger evidence if you were to file with your significant other, your wife, and your children?
I think it says it can go one of two ways. I know with my mother, when we went, they gave my mother the visa and they didn't give it to us.
Oh,
No, no, because no, wait, the whole family not coming back? And in some cases, I've seen entire families that were granted visitors visa.
right.
So there isn't this clean black and white recipe for whether or not you'll get a visitor's visa. There isn't. It
Right.
really depends.
Okay, so we talk about the B1 and the B2. What about
Yes.
student visa now? Is it easier to obtain a student visa to come to the United States?
I'm going to say yes because the student visa is more specific. Because first of all, to get a student visa, you're literally saying, I am going to the United States to study.
Right.
And before you even apply for that visa, you have to show the school that you're going to. So you have to have been accepted at a school or a university, and the student visa is that F1. So you must be accepted. So once you're accepted, more than likely, the officer is going to ask you to show, okay, how are you going to pay for this? Where are you going to live? Once all of that is in play, then more than likely they're going to grant you your student visa. So the student visa is a little bit easier to get than a visitor's visa because the student visa, you have your I-20, which is granted from your university. You have your funds in your bank account that says, I have this money that I'm going to use to pay for school. So that is a little bit easier climb than the B1 or the B2 visa.
Here's a question. If you get a student visa and you have all intention of going to school, right? And you end up going to the United States and you decide, you know what? I ain't feel like going to school anymore. I changed my mind, right? Could you still stay or you have to go back? Would they know that you're not going to school?
So you can stay, but the moment you don't show up for school, the school officer, the designated service school officer, is going to put a check mark on you. They have to report you in what we call CVIS. That was part of my job when I worked as a director of a law school. So, for example, it's the first day of school. I don't see you, but we know you got your visa, you enter the country, and day one, you're not there. We probably won't report you on day one. Day
Right.
two, you're not there. We probably won't report you. 7 days, 10 days, we're reporting you as a no-show in CVIS, and that's where they're going to cancel that student visa.
Oh,
Yes, we're going to, in fact, by law, the schools have to report whether
oh,
you're there or not.
interesting.
They will know.
Here's another scenario. You came into the United States with a B1 or B2 visa. And while you're here, you decide, well, I want to go to school, right? Could you change that B1, B2 to a F1?
Absolutely. That's so long, Junior, as you're in status, meaning you entered the United States on a B1, B2,
Right,
and they gave you 6 months. When you landed, they said you can stay in the United States for 6 months.
right,
Keep in mind, that might be a 10-year visa. You can only, and I get this all the time, Miss D, my visa is not expired. It's not about the visa, it's about how long the officer gave you in the airport.
right.
Write this down, guys. I94.gov. They're not going to give you that little piece of paper anymore. They're just going to tell you, welcome, and you'll be on your way. It will be either 6 months, it'll be 30 days, but you have a limited time within the US to do what you said you're coming to do.
Right.
Once you're within that limited time, you can apply to do what we call a change of status. Not an adjustment of status, a change, meaning, you know what? I really wanted to just visit, but I love the US. I decided I want to go to school.
Uh-huh.
And we can do a change of status for you from a B1 into a student category visa.
But that's a good, that's,
Yes.
Deanna, how come nobody don't talk about that?
I think we talk. I think nobody's listening. Let me tell you, when people call us, Jay,
Huh.
when the time up, when,
Yes.
oh, Miss D, I was supposed to leave last week. Now they're calling me this week. I can't do anything. You got to call me when you come in so we can say, okay, what are your plans? Do we need to change your status? What are some things that's going on with you? Most people, Jay, they're calling us when everything is bad.
Yes.
I'm overstayed. Now I meet somebody, we get married, and now he's not doing what he promised. Those are the calls we get. I am not getting the calls of, you know what? I have a bachelor's, Miss D. I have a master's. What are some ways that I can really, what are some ways I can navigate this thing? We're not getting those calls, Jay.
Absolutely interesting. Now, let's talk about the type of schools that you should apply to. So you came into the United States and you within that 30-day, I mean that 6 months period, and you decide, boom, I want to go to school, right? What type of schools could you and should you apply to? Because
All right.
some schools that it might be difficult for a long period of time,
Yes.
right? What
So
about
we have So when it comes to studying in the United States, because that's what we're talking about, right? I'm
Yes.
coming here to study. I'm not coming to visit. I'm coming to study. And
Yes.
let me just say to everybody listening, there's a visa for everything you want to do in the United States. If you
Mhm.
want to play ball, there's a visa. If you want to play music, there's a visa. If you want to work and live, there's a visa. If you want to marry somebody, there's a green card for that, right? There's
Right.
a visa. So for studying, there are two types of categories that we look to, the M and the J. The
Yeah.
M is vocational, meaning, you know what it is at Jamaica, so me can't bother with a book.
Right.
I want to learn a skill. I want to learn a trade. That is your M. Your vocational,
Right.
meaning you want to learn trade. You want to learn construction. There's some things that you want to do. The F. I'm sorry, I said J. The M and the F. The F is for those traditional schools. I'm going to go to university, Jay, and I'm going to do a bachelor's degree in chemistry. I'm going to go to Harvard. I'm going to go to Yale, or I'm going to go to the local community college, right? The M is more language. I'm going to learn language. You know, you can
Right.
come into the United States to learn English at a vocational school.
Okay.
Yes. So it's vocational. And then the not Meg said she needed this information in 1993. The F, the F is the more traditional, like you and I, we do our bachelor's, we do our master's, we go to law school. That
Yeah.
is the more traditional. What kind of school you can do? You can go to any school that's recognized by
Uh-huh.
immigration. It can't just be the school down the block that your auntie, sister, cousin open, and
Right.
now she gonna take everybody in. It has to be a recognizable school. That means they meet certain standards. And Jay, it can be a community college. I know a lot of people come, they want to go to
Oh.
big college and pay big money. I started at a community college. Sometimes I think that's where we should start. Come
I
in,
started at college too.
come in and
Kingsborough.
do a little junior, go to junior college. You go to
Yes.
junior college and you sort yourself. You can live with a family member. I always recommend the possibility of like you don't have to live on campus, because
Right.
one of the things you have to show is how you're going to pay for this. So you live with your auntie in the Bronx and go to Bronx community. You live with your cousin in Brooklyn, you go to Brooklyn community or Borough Manhattan Community College.
Yeah.
Those tuitions are very affordable.
Yes. Yes.
And then you move up, you decide, okay, now I can get a scholarship. I've done well. Let me look at Columbia. Let me look at New York, NYU. Let me look at some of the other places that may offer me some money. But start out small,
Right.
a little community college. For my people in the Caribbean that are listening, you have that skill. If you run, you play football, you might have to look for a school in North Dakota. Look
Yeah.
for a school in Alabama, because they may offer you a little bit of money in
Yes.
order to come and attend their school.
Yes. Let me tell you, let me just say this on a programming note, guys. Listen, this is important information. Nobody ain't telling you this, right? Nobody ain't gonna give you this free information. Deanna Winter Funday, she's a friend of the Caribbean, and she is taking time out of her very busy schedule to come and chat. Please, guys, share this program to a friend or family. They need this information, right? So interestingly, let's go back on this change of status. Now, so while you're going to school, you could be here for years.
But I love it. You know what the duration is for when you're a student? It doesn't have an end.
It
It
doesn't.
is so long as you're in school. So
Wow.
you could come in, you start at a community college, maybe 3 years or so.
Yes.
They do have a requirement though that it's full time, so you can't just take one class each semester.
Right. Right.
What's that show with Ice Cube when he was in college forever? There's a show with Ice Cube back in the day. He was like a super senior. You can't do that. So you have to be making progression towards graduation. But you can come in, you can start at the community college level,
Uh-huh.
and then you move up to your bachelor's degree. Then you go to a master's, and you go to a PhD. And let me tell you something, Jay. From that B1 into a student visa, I can move you into a EB2, where now you're moving into getting a green card
Oh.
based on your qualifications. Thanks, guys. Where you're moving into getting a green card. But you just got to stay the course. A lot of people, Jay, first year they come, they drop out of school. Oh, it's too
Yes.
much money. I want to work. They get a job paying them $12 an hour. They think they've won the lottery,
Yes.
and they drop out of school.
Yeah. And while you are in school, do you get permit when you're with a student visa? Do you have permit to work?
20 hours per week. You cannot work full time.
Okay.
And that job will have to be on campus or approved by the campus. So you can't really just say I'm going to drive Uber or I'm going to I'm going to go get a job down the road. They want you to be focused on your education. So you can work, yes, only 20 hours per week. 20 hours per week.
But here's the good thing about this, because you were given 6 months to stay in the United States. You change that to a student visa. Now you have unlimited time. You're here. And
Mhm.
immigration is not going to deport you because you are going to school, right?
Mhm.
Trust me, you must find somebody in school that you'll fall in love with. You-
We're back to the white dress.
yeah,
We're back to the white dress.
yes,
We're
let me
back to
tell
the
you.
white dress.
So let me tell you.
We're back to the white dress. I love it.
So yes, during the process of time now, you have your F what is it, student visa,
Your student visa, yes, sir.
and you found someone that you head over heels with. You decide to get married. Tell us about the progression now of changing from that student visa now to obtaining your legal status.
Now we're back to the white dress. Here's
Yes.
a beautiful thing about it. Now we go from, we're not changing your status. Now we're going to adjust your status.
Just your
So
status.
now change, remember, change is like you're going from maybe a B1, you're going from one temporary thing to another temporary thing. You're
Right.
jumping out of a frying pan, you're jumping into a fire, right? Because
Yes.
you're still temporary. You don't have the green card yet, right? And everybody want the green card, that permanent residency, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants that. So if you're in college and you join the track club, you and Sally, and the two of you happen to get along, and you tell Sally, I'm here as a student, I'm paying all these tuition and everything like that, and you're talking about mine and my husband's story because my husband was on a student visa.
Oh
So
wow.
yes, you're literally talking about our immigration journey, and I was like, oh, he kind of cute. So if you meet someone, you can go from that student visa, Jay, into in an adjustment of status. It's where we move you from that
Right.
temporary place, and we move you now into a green card status. So now we're going to adjust. We're not changing your status, we are adjusting your status, which is a big move. That's a
Nice.
big move.
Nice. And the period of adjusting your status, how long does it take before
If
you?
you're so in our firm in Florida, we just got an adjustment of status approved in 2 months.
2 months?
2 months. 2 months. Keep in mind, this is not common. When we saw it, we were like, what the heck? No interview, no nothing. I was like, what? When I got married, I think I did 2 interviews. They separated us, they put us in separate rooms. 2 months, no interview.
Wow.
Because the service is doing what they call like a last in, first out. Last in, first out, because they're trying to clear up some of the backlogs. So
Yes.
don't be surprised if you see some people getting a little bit of a faster pace. But adjustment of status, especially Jay, when you're married to a US citizen,
Yes.
oh my God, fast,
And
fast.
with your green card, you get your permit. You could work no longer
Yes.
what 22 hours. You could
No.
work. You could travel.
You work anywhere you want. You could work 80 hours a week. If you're like Junior George, you can work 120 hours a week from 50 different countries.
Stop
It's
it.
up to you. You and
Stop
you are on a
it.
race to see who can work the most per week. So yes, you can. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm on TikTok too. Hey TikTok, thank you so much. I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm on Ridealong with Junior George. But Jay, when you move now, so remember, we've carried this person from visiting, we carried them to a student,
Right.
they met Sally, and now they're getting their green card.
Let's go back in reverse gear just a little bit.
No
Jennifer
problem.
is asking, can you work off campus during school vacation?
I think so because technically school is not in session. I always say for that, talk to your DSO. Every foreign student on every campus in the US,
Right.
they'll have what they call foreign service offices. You need to be talking to those officers to make sure. Carlin said yes, because in the summer, you don't really have classes and you may not be going home. So you could probably do a little bit of something off campus. Once school starts, they're going to put you back on campus, the library, the bookstore, the cafeteria. They're going to teacher's assistant. We're gonna bring you back on campus once school starts. Talk to your officers on campus. I did this work. It was a lifetime ago. But I would talk to your foreign service officers that are on campus.
Right. So Betty John is saying I need a vacation in the US. Betty John, if you didn't see the program from the beginning, go back and
That's
watch it from the beginning because
yes,
I
yes,
spoke about
yes.
that. We took you from getting a visa to changing that status, going to school, to now adjusting that status by getting a green card. And we're going even deeper. We're going even deeper. So you have your green card, you could travel. There's no restriction. But I learned one thing from you, which I appreciate knowing. When you have a green card, you're still sort of kind of temporary. You're kind of knocking on that door when you're coming back every time. So it's still not permanent.
And you don't have to worry about this because you know big time. How many passports you have? Junior George, tell the people how many passports you have.
A lot. I'm embarrassed.
So I love that question because you know me, I'm a big proponent of everybody, once you've had your green card, that you should become a citizen.
Yes.
Having a green card, I know us Caribbean folks, we're like, no, but I want to prove how Jamaican I am, how Grenadian I am. So no, 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 no. Listen, once you have that green card, you can be deported.
Yes.
Once you have the green card and you violate the terms, you can be deported. Please. Once you have the green card, you go outside and you stay too long and you come back, you're in trouble. They don't want you gone for too long. You have your restrictions, right? So you can't be gone like Junior George for 10 months at a time, a year at a time. No, you got to go out. We don't want you gone for more than 6 months. We want you here.
Yes.
6 months or less. And even that becomes a problem. They want to find out, wait, you have a green card and you're always gone. It becomes a problem.
And you know, funny enough, guys, let me tell you this. She's really telling my story, right? Because I had a green card for donkey years. My
Confident, no, lawyer client. I ain't telling your story, lawyer.
lawyer
I
client.
may or may not be talking about you.
So I told Deanna. Deanna said, Junior, you still got your green card? I said, yes, I had it for
I was like,
20
no.
something years. Deanna said, no, change that. Deanna filed for my help, well, filed for my citizenship. I had to do absolutely nothing. Deanna did everything. And next thing I know, I had an interview, and boom, I got my U.S. citizenship. And she did
Painless.
everything. All I had to say was,
Painless.
yes, I want to go through with it. And in less than no time, I was getting called to go and do an interview for my U.S. citizen. Deanna did everything. She's the best. That's why I told you guys, she's simply the best, right?
Yes.
I didn't even have to sweat, right? I didn't have to sweat.
Love it.
But Nika, I have a question. Nika said, can you get a green card based off having a deceased U.S. citizen parent?
It depends. There's going to be a lot of things that have to be in place, meaning they would have filed that petition before they died and you're physically here in the United States. There's a part of the law, I think it's like 204B or something. I'd have to look at it and see where you are in the process. Did mom or dad file that petition before they died? And where were you? Were you physically here in the United States or were you outside of the United States? It really depends.
Right. Carlton is saying, in all honesty, you can get a gainful employment outside of campus. However, you just need to maintain full-time status at school. It will be hard. Nothing come easy. Okay.
And I would keep that full-time employment to myself. You're
Right.
not allowed to work more than 20 hours as a student, but I would keep that little bit of information to myself.
Okay. All right.
Wink, wink.
Wink. Let me ask you this other question now. Obtaining a green card, and this is not the only way to obtain a green card. Getting married to a U.S. citizen is not the only way. There are many.
No.
You spoke about, what is it? Women, what is it?
VAWA.
VAWA.
You love, what you call it, Jay? Woman?
VAWA. I was going to say WAWA.
I love it.
Violence Against Women Act. And by the way, it's not only women, it's men as well.
Men.
Right? So that's a way as well you could get your green card. Explain to us the VAWA process, how you could obtain your green card.
And whenever I talk about getting a green card, I like to think of them, Jay, as having all these boxes.
Right.
So there's family base, right? Meaning a family member is going to file for you or do something for you. Then there's employment, meaning an employer is going to file for you, right? So we have family, then we have employment, and then we have humanitarian, meaning something has gone wrong with you and the government kind of feels sorry that something went wrong with you, and that's like the VAWA box. And then we have like investment and business, so we have all these different boxes. So when we talk about the humanitarian box, that's when we talk about VAWA, right?
Uh-huh.
It means asylum or violence against the woman act. You can do W or M, and all it is that you were abused by a parent, a spouse, or a child
Uh-huh.
who is either a United States citizen or a green card holder.
A
So it's
child
not
too?
just marriage,
A child too?
a child. So Jay, if one of my kids, if I don't have any papers and one of my children is a US citizen or a green card holder
Uh-huh.
and they abuse me, I can file the VAWA claim. And I think that's the thing a lot of people are not listening to. They think it's just the husband that has to abuse you. Parent, spouse, or child that is a US citizen or green card holder, so long as they're abusing you, physical, emotional, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
How do you
matter.
prove abuse? Like, how do you prove I abuse you?
So it can be physical. You punched me in my face, right? That's
Okay.
easy. It can be emotional. You keep threatening me so much so that I start losing weight. You're threatening me. You take away my passport.
Emotional too?
Emotional.
Okay.
Jay, it can be psychological. You're telling me, hey, me, you're not going to sign the paperwork. You're not going to sign my immigration application. You curse me. You tell me I'm overweight. You tell me I can't talk to my family. You tell me I'm not pretty. It can be emotional. It can be psychological. It can be all of the things. Jay, it can be financial.
Financial.
Every time I work,
Uh-huh.
you take my paycheck. Or in the case of you as a man, every time you work, I take your paycheck. So males can be abused too.
Right.
So
But
it's parent, spouse, or children.
right.
And the children piece, a lot of people ignore that because they're thinking, my child is not going to abuse me. Children can be abusive to their parents. You
Yes.
take the mom and dad from the home country, you lock them in the house, right? You're not treating them well. I've heard stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard stories.
So, what is the processing time to obtain a green card to VAWA?
Many years. We're talking, it could be anywhere from like 3 to 5 years, if not longer. It takes for VAWA. But the good thing is, once we see that you qualify, once we see where you qualify for VAWA,
Uh-huh.
and we submit your application within a year, más y menos, within 1 year, uno año,
Uh-huh.
within 1 year, you will get we can get a work permit for you.
Oh.
We can get your work permit. So you kind of start working. We can do advanced parole. If you need to travel, we can do some things, once you have certain applications pending. So it takes a long time, but you get to work in the meantime. You can go to therapy, get your psychological evaluation. We can do all of those things in the meantime.
Advanced parole. Advanced parole. So you're saying that if someone is on a pending VAWA application that is 5 years down the road, you could get them working and they could also travel?
Yes, if there's an emergency and we have the applications that are pending, we can do an emergency travel request. Of course, it is case specific. We got to make sure you don't have any red flags and there's no problem. But yes, we can do an emergency travel for our individuals that are awaiting those VAWA applications.
And so you could travel back to your home country. Do you have a time frame to stay and come back? Is there any restrictions on that?
Well, if we get your travel document is going to tell you how long. Remember, this is emergency travel. This is not a vacation.
Right.
This is, my aunt died and I need to go to her funeral. Okay, here's an emergency travel for 30 days.
Right.
This is not let me go home and chill while I wait for that application to be processed.
You got
All right.
it back. Yes. Yes.
And no, you do not need a police report for VAWA. The law does not require abused men or women to have filed a police report. For some people, not everyone will file a police report. Think about victims. If you're a victim of abuse, sometimes, especially men, they don't want to walk up imagine you, Jay, walking up into a police station and be like, oh, Diani is abusing me. It's
Yeah, I
so
get laughed at.
come on, it's not required. It's not required that you have a police report.
So you don't need a police report?
No, you don't.
Understand.
You do not need a police report. It's not. If you have it, it's good.
Right.
You don't. We have other kinds of evidence that we will look to show that you qualify.
What if you are a good citizen, a good person, right? And you witness something and you help the police. Does that help you advance, or could you go on the premise? Could you go on that premise to obtain a green card?
Oh yeah, you're on the road to a green card. In fact, remember I talked about every situation you give me, I can give you a letter of the alphabet for a visa or a green card for someone. So we're moving from VAWA, we're moving now into U. A B C D E F G H I J K, that U.
Okay, you okay?
U, not YOU, but the U, the alphabet U.
Yes.
So for that one, if you are the victim of a crime, you
Uh-huh.
can be eligible for a U visa. U visa, right? U visa. That way, if you saw something and it's a certain kinds of crime, maybe you were stalked, you
Uh-huh.
were battered. The statute tells you the kinds of crime. And listen, you don't have to be able to point out the person and identify the person. What the law says is you just have to be willing and able to cooperate with the police. Willing and able. That's all the law says. So if you, Jay, got robbed on your way home, you call the police, but you can't really, there's certain things that you just can't do because whatever happens psychologically, so long as you're willing and able to cooperate with the police, then we can move you through the U visa process. We can move you through that process.
But yeah, you know what I realize? There are
Yeah.
so many people that's living in the United States undocumented, right? And had they just listened to you or heard some of the things that you just said, they could adjust their status.
Yes.
There's so many different ways.
Many. You know what they're waiting on to get married, Jay? Everybody's like, oh, I want to find a husband. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? No more white dress, no more tuxedos. Let's look at different ways, especially before we go out of status. Let's look at some different ways in which we can normalize or legalize ourselves.
Yes. Sitting there and just feeling sorry for yourself. It's not gonna help
Hmm.
you. You gotta speak to an immigration professional like Diana Winterfunde. She has so many different offices and people that can help you that speak about
Yes,
50 different languages, every language under the sun they speak.
we do. We
Yeah,
do.
I
We
know
speak every language. We
every
speak
language.
every language under the sun. Yes, we do.
Absolutely. You should not be sitting in the United States right now. You're not able to work. You're not able to travel. Carnival coming up in Grenada. You can't go for Spring
Oh,
Mass. You can't go for Jamaica Carnival. You can't even go down and get a ride or,
can't
the
miss
ride bike.
Carnival.
You can't,
Can't miss
yeah,
Carnival.
you,
No, man, no, no, no,
you're
no.
doing it to yourself.
Can't miss Carnival. Can't miss Carnival.
Guys, the phone lines are open, 718-701-5720. I saw someone ask for the number earlier. It's 718-701-5720. We don't have all night, guys. You got to call in now because after this, guys, consultation fee will apply. All right?
Jay, we have 145 people over here on TikTok. This is
TikTok.
Junior George from the Ridealong family. Junior George, make sure you're following Ridealong. Every day at 6 o'clock, he comes on, guys. Every single day at 6 o'clock.
TikTok, how you guys doing? I love you guys. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Someone asked
TikTok.
me a question here on Facebook. They say, can someone from the Caribbean have probably two kids? Okay, hold on.
I don't understand it either.
Probably two kids. They want to put the TW, two kids, and 1 and 2 years old get a green card. Post
Can
it, guys, or call in.
Yeah, Jarrell Charles.
Right? Yeah, probably be able to explain it to us better. Listen, this is for your own good. Don't talk about, oh, you don't want people to hear your voice and no. This is for your own benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Number 718-701-5720. Stephanie Douglas, can we get her information, Junior? Sure. Diana, give them the number.
www.winterlaw.com. www.winter, winterlaw.com. Just book a chat with us. It's so easy. There you go. Thank you, host. Thank you. Winterlaw.com. Book a chat. Get on our calendar so we can talk to you. We'd be more than happy to answer any and all your questions from the Ridealong family.
Right, absolutely. Arlene has a question. How long can someone stay out of the United States as a green card holder?
Ideally, no more than 6 months. Ideally, I would recommend filing a re-entry permit, and it allows you to stay outside of the United States for 2 years. Dos años. Dos ano. Año. Dos.
Yes.
2 years. Two
Yes.
years. So ideally, no more than 6 months, please. No more than 6 months.
Right. Okay. Okay. I want to talk about a story, not a story, but a situation that you're very passionate about. All right. Asylum.
Ooh.
Yes. Let's talk about asylum.
Asylum. I don't know I don't know what we're gonna do with this problem, Junior. So in 2023, USCIS received over 10 million cases.
Yes.
All right. September of last year, September of 2023, over 100,000 people came across the border in 1 month.
Yeah.
And that's the US-Mexico border.
Yeah.
So all those people, you know what they're filing for?
Asylum.
Asylum. Asylum. It's a tough one. We don't have a solution for it. But if you're harmed in your home country, you're eligible for asylum in the United States. We have some of the most friendliest immigration laws. So people will forever come in. And they're seeking asylum.
Yes. Now, asylum. When you talk about asylum, I wanna basically get down to the meaning, the hard and true meaning of it. Now, if somebody is, say, they're in Jamaica, and they live in Montego Bay, say for instance, and they are homosexual. That person is a homosexual, right? And they're getting teased and whatever. Could they seek asylum?
Well, you're not eligible for asylum if you have to be physically in the United States. Am I frozen, Junior?
Yeah, you are.
Can you hear me? I don't know what happened.
I could hear you, but you just
can hear me?
nice smile though. But you just I'll freeze too, so we look the same.
Frozen?
Yeah, you're still frozen. All right, go back out and come back.
Leave?
Go back-
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
718-701-5720, guys. We have the friendly and beautiful Deanna Winter Funday. We're talking about ways to adjust your status, change your status. Nobody give you this type of information, guys. Don't think that, any platform giving you this information free. We have we have actually 12 minutes left with the attorney. And if you try to book a consultation for an hour, it's going to cost you upwards of probably $800-900 US. Probably within that range. It's a lot. So if you want your question answered, call now. Now listen, if you guys call me after the program, I cannot answer your question because I am not an immigration attorney, right? I am not. I'm giving you the opportunity right now to do so, all right? All right, we got a caller on the line, but we're going to wait for Deanna to come back in. I believe she's back in and she's coming back in. Okay, we lost that caller. Okay, Deanna, you back?
I am back. Can you hear me? Is it better?
Absolutely, you're back.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. I'm so sorry. So
Okay.
sorry.
It happens.
Thank you.
718-701-5720 is your number. You call right now, and don't say you don't see the number, and then you guys want to bother me after the program. This is your opportunity to ask your question, guys. This is your chance. This is your time. We got a caller on the line. Let's take this call right now. Caller live. Where are you calling us from? And then you guys want to bother me after. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Do me a favor. Turn the background, the TV, or whatever you're watching us on. Just turn that all the way down so we don't have that echo.
Okay, sure. Is it better?
It's better now. Go right ahead with your question. Make it short and sweet.
Okay. So I have my brother resides in the U.S., but he's married. He is married in Grenada, but he now lives in the U.S. With no work permit, no green card. How can he get help? Is there a pathway for him?
Is there a pathway? I would have to talk to the brother to see some of the things we discussed, Junior, like what was going on in his country. Why did he decide to stay in the U.S.?
Right.
So I would really have to talk to her brother, and ask some specific questions to see what's going on with him.
Okay, all right. So that is specific. because it's broad, and you have to get at that specific question to your brother. All right, get the information and check them out on the website. Caller live, where are you calling us from?
Hi, I'm Brooklyn.
Hi, caller, where are you calling us from?
Hi, I'm calling from Brooklyn,
Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New
Hey,
York.
Brooklyn.
Go right ahead.
So I'm originally from Trinidad. I'm in Brooklyn right now on an F1. I have a pending F3 with priority 2012. Is there anything I can do to speed it up or change into something else? Because school fees are a bit high. And I was offered employment, but the HR department at my school is lapsing on it. So up till now, end of second semester, I'm unemployed.
You're on a F1, right? You're on a student visa.
Yes, I am.
What year? What are you studying?
I'm studying psychology with hopes of getting into nursing.
Bachelor's, or where are you? Bachelor's or master's? Where are you?
Bachelor's. I'm on
You're-
my second semester, bachelor's.
So the option, here's what I want you to look at. EB2 NIW, EB2 NIW.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want you to look at, I know you talked about an employer. Look at whether you can find an employer that's willing to sponsor you, and then it's EB3.
Yeah, I checked out the EB3. I think I was told those take like 3 years to process.
They do, because of the perm. You have to go through perm, and everything with immigration takes a while. So the EB3, because here's the thing, you have the bachelor's, you're coming up on the bachelor's. You're gonna be studying anyway. So while you're studying, the employer is doing something for you.
Okay, and there's no one to help with sourcing employers. I need to.
There are. I think, but for you, you can start Indeed, LinkedIn. There are agencies if you want to write a check. Some people can help you, but for the most part, it's you really like applying for a job.
Okay,
All
and
right.
just let them know my status and go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you so
You
much.
are most welcome, and congrats on coming on a F1. I love it. No
Yeah.
B1, B2 around
Yeah,
here.
she came on the F1 straight up.
Love
Thank
it,
you so
love
much.
it,
I
love it.
had a B1, B2, and I applied for an F1 after watching a couple
Oh,
YouTube videos.
There you go.
ah,
That's what we're talking about.
that's
That's
good.
what we're talking about.
Powerful, powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller.
Take
Appreciate
care.
it.
Keep up the good work.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
my
much.
love.
Yeah. 718-701-5720. She did exactly what we were just speaking about. We
We
were
couldn't have planned that. We could not have. And now she's here. She can find an employer. There's so many things she can do.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got another call on the line coming in fast and furious. Caller, live, where are you calling us from?
Hello.
Hi, caller. Turn your background down for me so we don't get that feedback.
Okay. You can hear me now?
Yes, I could hear you now. Go right ahead.
I have a question. What if someone has their green card, but somebody like stole their identity and like commit like traffic fraud, like run up red light tickets, and their license got suspended? They didn't know. They end up being homeless, but now because of all the tickets in another state, they said they have a warrant out for them. How can they straighten this out if they want to apply for the citizenship? Can they do that U thing under like A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, U, as in not in Y or U?
But they already have a green card.
Yes.
They don't need another green
Someone
card.
stole their identity.
I
They want to apply
understand.
for citizenship. Mm-hmm.
But they have a green card. What they need to do is to go to the nearest police station and make a report. They don't need another green card through you. They have a green card already, and somebody stole their identity, correct?
Yes.
They don't
But
need
what
another
happened
green
is when
card.
I know they don't need a nigger, but what happened was now the person stole their identity, but they didn't know about it. They found out on their job because they do like parking cars, and then one day when they did like every month they do like a running of all the employees stuff. That's when they found out that hey, your license was suspended.
Police, go
And
to the nearest police
person
station. Go to the nearest
did
police
that. Yeah,
station.
they did
make
that. They have a
report.
police report.
Yes.
Yeah, and he paid the fine for all the tickets and stuff in New York.
Mm-hmm.
That ran up under that. The person actually is a family member that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a long story short. But now he found out someplace in not Texas, one of the states, Maryland, some states, they said there's a lot of tickets over there, and he didn't pay for it when they allotted him, so they're going to arrest him. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he needs to get it sorted, but he doesn't need another green card.
yeah,
Right?
and
Good luck
he
to
doesn't need
him.
another green card. Yeah. Okay. So just a police report he needed to file for citizenship.
No, he needs to get everything cleared up
come on.
first, and he needs to get everything cleared up first, and then apply for naturalization. We need proof that this was all not him, and get a driving record, and then he applies.
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Calls coming in fast and furious. 718-701-5720. That's the number here, guys. Let me tell you something. You don't get this every day. Huh? Gotta say thank you. And Ridealong is a platform.
It is.
718-701-5720. And the folks watching on YouTube as well, thank you for watching. Again, guys, call in right now. And TikTok, how you guys doing on TikTok?
TikTok is on fire. They're over here. TikTok is loving it. They're listening in. They're staying put. Hello,
Nice.
TikTok. Thank you for watching us.
Tell TikTok they could call if they want to call in on the live.
TikTok, you can call if you want to call in.
718-701-5720. They could call in on that number right now. On our programming note, guys, let me tell you really quickly that we are getting ready for Spice Mass and Amazing Colors. That's our sister company. Monday Night Mass with Amazing Colors. That is gearing up and about to launch very, very soon. So stand by, get ready for that. And we have limited packages here, guys. Last year we had the years before we had 20-something hundred packages. This year we have only 1,200. So when that's done, it's finished. Also, Ridealong Live is also brought to you with the kind compliments of Ride e-bike excursions and tours. Of course, you know what that already. Book your e-bike excursion today. Next Sunday, we head into the parish of St. David, and it's going to be an amazing adventure. Yeah, Diane, I have to get you on one of those bikes, you know.
I see that. I need to be in Grenada. I need
Yeah.
to visit Grenada.
You need to. Trust me, you need to. You probably don't even know it, but you are a celebrity in Grenada. You walk in.
I bet.
Yeah, you are. They're gonna notice you from the airport. They're
Wait,
gonna,
that's the Ridealong attorney.
yeah, man, protocol from the airport. They'll be like, oh, can I take a picture? Can I have your autograph? They're watching.
Let me post for you now. Hello, Grenada. To all my people in Grenada watching, good evening, Grenada. Special good evening to you.
They love you bad. They love you bad.
Love it. I love you right back.
All right. Tite Lover says, is it Tite Lover or Tite Lover? Okay. Tite Lover says, can you explain the EB2 visa?
Ooh, love it. Just think about it. You're filing for yourself, TT. Just look at it that way. USCIS.gov, you're essentially filing for yourself. You don't need a husband. You don't need a lawyer. Well, you need a lawyer. You don't need a husband. You don't need an employer. EB2 NIW, you're filing for yourself based on you having a bachelor's degree in 5 years.
Wow.
Or you have 10 years of something extraordinary about you.
Ah, nicely said. Nicely put.
Yeah.
Back to the phone lines. Caller, live. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, Julian. I'm calling from Canada.
Canada, go right ahead.
Hello, Canada.
I have a question.
Yes.
How can someone with a Canadian citizen, and they want to move back to the United States, how can they obtain like a green card or a work permit or something?
I didn't hear the question, Jay.
If we're on speakerphone, take us off our speaker because we're having problems hearing you. It's a little bit kind of hearing it kind of blurry. We're hearing you
I'm
blurry.
asking for someone who has a Canadian permanent resident or citizenship and they wants to move back to the United States. How can they move back there and to get a work permit?
Right. So they're in Canada and they want to move back to the US. They have their landing in Canada, but they want to get adjust their status. They want to have a green card here in the US.
So they'd have to go through some of what we talked about. Do they have a family member that can petition for them? Do they have an employer? Are they looking at asylum? Are they looking at investment? We would still go through that whole screening, Jay, just to see. Remember, we talked about those boxes. Is there a family member in the US that can sponsor them? Parent, spouse, child, right? Then we look to, okay, is there any employer in the same conversation that we've been having? We put everybody through that analysis. Do you qualify? And if so, how?
Interesting. This is the way to do it. Now, somebody just said, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Somebody just said that, Alan just said that Big up Buju back in the US. Is Buju back in the US? Did Buju get a visa?
Did he get a visa?
That's what somebody said. I don't know.
No way.
That's how I gotta check too. I'm checking as well.
That's gonna be, now you have me checking.
Yeah, hold on. Let's check. Let's find out that. Is Buju back in the US? Hold on, guys. We gotta check this. Yes. Someone said, Buju hasn't gotten back his US visa.
Because he was deported. Because remember, he was incarcerated and then he was sent home. They say he's in Florida.
What? But no, somebody said the news article says Buju hasn't gotten back his US visa. That Dancehall magazine just posted that. So I don't know. Hold on. Now that was 2022. That was an old article. Can Buju travel to the US again?
They keep saying yes. Buju, he's in Miami now.
Yeah. No, he didn't. That's all. I don't know. Buju's in Miami now. Really? I didn't know that.
How?
That's what I'm saying. That defies a lot of things.
Whoa, how? It says Buju Banton and Friends concert? I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Leave that one alone.
We'll check that out. We'll check that out.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh.
Listen, Fun Day, wow. We touch on so many different things and we give everyone an opportunity to call in. Is there anything else that is topical that we need to just touch on?
Adjustment to status, work. Oh, the great news now, work authorization is now 5 years. It's no longer 1 year. So when you get your work authorization card, it's good for 5 years, which is good because now you don't have to keep reapplying. And a lot of it is because a lot of it is only for because they're taking so long to process certain applications. So they're giving everybody an opportunity. You'll have 5 years on that work authorization. I think it's great on the part of the government.
That is fabulous. That is fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Funde, I gotta continue to thank you for all the assistance that you gave me. I mean,
I love it.
My immigration story, I was out of status for about 15 years, a lot of years before I even went back to Grenada for the first time. And when I got that green card, I thought that was it. I had it, you know what I mean? Until you explained to me, Junior, all you have is just an upgraded visa. And
that's all it is.
Yeah, you need to adjust that. And then you helped me to get my citizenship. And now I'm traveling, I'm staying, everything. I'm doing everything.
Love it.
So I got to thank you so much. And you have been doing this for so many other people.
Thank
Thousands
you.
of people can tell that same story.
Thank you so much.
So continue to do the great work, Funde. We really appreciate you and love you over here.
Anytime. And I got to come through more often. Guys, if you want to reach me, www.winterlaw.com. Just book your chat with us, and so we can really have a conversation. We would love to have that conversation with you. winterlaw.com. winterlaw.com.
Let's take this final call. This last call just came in.
Absolutely.
Wrap it up. Caller Live, where are you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so I'm a citizen, and I have filed for my siblings since 2010. Everything went well through the USCIS or what have you. They stated that everything was approved, and they had forwarded everything to Barbados. And that was since 2010, and it's now in 2024.
So you have, if it's a sibling visa, you need to reach out and see if there's a visa available. So even though it's approved here, we got to make sure there's a visa in a green card. We call them visas. Make sure one is available for you. I would do a little check-in because it's 14 years. That's a long time. I will do a little check-in with them to see what's going on. I would just do a little check-in.
Because my siblings had received letters from here saying everything is approved, and they had forwarded everything to Barbados, and they're going to hear.
Did they forward to Barbados or to NVC? Did it say Barbados or NVC?
Yes, they said Barbados.
All right, because typically it will say it goes to the NVC first, the National Visa Center, and then the National Visa Center will tell you when it's sent to Barbados.
Because whenever I go online, it's telling me that the case is closed, it's approved, and it's forwarded to Barbados, which is the, where
So
Grenadians
they
go.
may not have a visa available. I would reach out to the NVC, the National Visa Center, and find out what's going on.
All right, caller, reach out to the NBC. Okay?
All right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
I
Thank
messaged
you.
earlier, quickly, they said, if you have a tax ID, what are the benefits of this?
File your taxes.
Just to file your taxes.
File your taxes, and you should. Whether you're documented or not, green card or not, you need to file your taxes.
Right. Okay.
Reach out to Barbados. They said Barbados slack down there. Reach out to them, email them, find out what's going on.
My daughter was born in New York. She is 10 years old. I'm from Grenada and want to know what is the process of getting a green card for myself and how long does it take?
Her daughter was born where?
Her daughter was born, let me get it again. My daughter was born in New York.
When she turns 21, she can file for you.
Okay, she had to wait till
Once
she's
she
21.
turns 21 years old, she can file for you. You're most welcome.
Okay, all right. Someone sent a voice note, but I can't play it because I don't know what is the contents of it. It could be, let me see this one real quick. Good evening, Monday Night Mass Package. Oh, somebody want to buy Monday Night Mass Package.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you so much, sis. We'll keep in
Thank you,
touch.
everyone. Thank you all, Jay. This was amazing. I had a beautiful, beautiful time. Thank you, as always.
Thank you again. We'll keep in touch, all right?
All right. Thanks, Jay.
All right. Yeah, guys, this is what we call looking out for the community. This is what we call support for community, right? Very few people take the time to do this. You know what I mean? A lot of people talking about all the stuff that's happening. What about our immigrant? What about people who want to adjust their status? And that's why Ridealong provide these type of information, because we care about our community. And we thank you for being a part of the ride, all right? All right, so I was speaking about it earlier, guys. Keep and take note of this. Coming up, if you like Ridealong and you want to support and continue to support Ridealong, we have the Riders Brunch. Now, this is how we are able to sustain and maintain this platform. On the 12th, we have our Riders Brunch. It's called Oil Down and Things, right? Cocoa tea, oil down, pilau, bakes and saltfish, bakes and smokerina, all kind of thing. Fish, all kind of thing. Lambi waters, all kind of thing. And that's on the 12th. So, we're going to give you more information. It is in Brooklyn. Tomorrow, we're going to announce the location. All right? Don't forget. Guys, also, as I said earlier, if you want to ride, I mean rent an e-bike to get around Grenada, there is no other place, no other company to turn to than Ride E-Bike Excursions and Tours. Yeah, man! You could rent an e-bike for the entire day for only 99 EC. And this bike fold up, you can put it in your car, you're good to go. Call this number right now to book an e-bike, rent an e-bike, 473, write it down, stick it on your fridge, 473-422-1011. That's the number right there, 473-422-1011. That's right, e-bike excursions and tours. Now, the rental thing, you rent the e-bike, you go out on your own. But every Sunday, guys, we have our excursion, our trail. And this Sunday, we're going to St. David. Listen, we have 3 bikes left, guys. 3 bikes left. 3 bikes left. And we're going to St. David. So if you're in Grenada and you want to ride, you want to learn, you want to get an exercise, give us a call and book for this Sunday. We're going to St. David. 473-422-1011. Ride St. David this Sunday. Exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure. Yeah. Now listen, guys. Do you need a T-shirt printed? Like, do you need a T-shirt printed like now? Like you want it tomorrow? Say hello to Instaprint. Now, Instaprint has two convenient locations, one in New York and one in Grenada. The Grenada leg of Instaprint is located inside the Esplanade Mall, right inside of Ride. Now you could walk up and send in your logo, and in an hour or so, have your T-shirt printed. It's quick, it's fast, professional, it's easy. Call 473-422-1011. Get your T-shirt printed at Ride. And there are blank T-shirts there too, you know. Don't worry about it. We have all sizes. We have the V-neck, the wrong neck, the turtleneck, and the polo. All color, all sizes inside of Ride. Get your blank T-shirt. Get your T-shirt printed inside of Ride. Call this number right now and say, listen, I want to get a T-shirt printed for tomorrow. You're getting it tomorrow self. No long waiting time or nothing like that. Fast and easy. T-shirt printing and more at Ride. Yeah.
Saturday, May 11th, the venue locked. Elton Place, Linwood Street, Brooklyn. He is coming. They are coming. If you missed it last year, brace yourself because it's gonna be epic. Spice Mass New York launch 2024. The biggest and most exciting artist out of Grenada comes to Brooklyn for the launch of Spice Mass. It's Lava Man. Boise, Worstways, Talprey, the Hitman Inspector, Brandy Isaac, Hello, Kush, stay and lie down and take your hand. Come outside and party. Mr. Legs, I say man when I smoke I like to drink. Mr. Golden. And for the first time in New York City, Super Flying Flint. Welcome to this party. And Grenada's 2023 Road Match, Temptress and Rabulas. Plus, the Greenhouse drummers in full effect. And the tickets cost $40, regular $50. Get them now online from GoToFest.com. In New York, get your tickets from Mike at Proper Fix Barbershop in Grid. On East 96 between Church and Wilmer. Fish, 59th East 95th Street between Rockland and East New York. West Cuisine, 916 Claxton Avenue between East 53rd and 54th Street. La Bay Market, 1127 Nostrand Avenue, 718-221-0395. Shonda at Spice Up Market, 899 Claxton Avenue, or call 718-730-4443. Spice Mass Launch New York Edition 2024. It's a jam movie in the making. Saturday, May 11th.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget, if you're flying to Grenada, check out JetBlue. Yeah, check out the website JetBlue. JetBlue has 2 flights, not 1, but 2. 2 flights to Grenada. From JFK. Yeah, JetBlue. That's how I get back and forth every time. I fly with JetBlue. No other carrier, guys. JetBlue. Fast, easy, convenience. With a breeze. JetBlue.
Sunday, May 26th, we're bringing back the good old days of Calypso in Brooklyn. One delightful evening, Memorial Sunday, an intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Featuring a cast of your favorite Calypsonians and DJs repping for the Trinis, Natasha Wilson. Alongside a host of Grenadian superstars headed by the Kingman and Jamo. Also Val Adam, Randy Isaac and Peter Humphrey. Plus single, Kevin Roger, Andy Limas, The Inspector.
Last day German inside the band, me and a grand and two man.
All hosted by the Independence Monarch, Hercules. It's all taking place at 634 Remsen Avenue, between Church and Avenue A. Showtime 3 p.m. Tickets $40. For tickets and info, call 646-474-1682. An intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Memorial Sunday. Presented to you by YTM Records.
That is life.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to check out for such a time like this, present The Midnight Cry, Saturday, May 4th, 2024, 7 p.m. Admission only $50. Location, Gateway Assembly Conference Center, Grenada. This is going to be an awesome experience, guys. For more information and tickets, call this number right now. Write it down. 473-536-6892. This is an exciting event that you must attend. You must attend. Take down the number. 473-536-6892. Get this, adults $50. EC, 12 and under $25. Check it out. Hey, big up to travelcaribinc.com. If you're traveling to the Caribbean, anywhere in the Caribbean, guys, anyway, and you're getting all these accessories, you want your suitcase, you want deals when you get to the Caribbean. That's what Travel Carib Inc. is all about. Check them out. travelcaribinc.com. That's travelcaribinc.com. Check the website right now. Guys, don't forget, Amazing Colors, Monday Night Mass. We're gearing up. We're gearing up for one of the biggest, most amazing Monday Night Mass ever. Monday Night Mass with Amazing Colors. Hey, if you love your mother, you want to book an excursion for her for Mother's Day, we have a special excursion called Mama, I Love You, the ride. Yeah. Get your mother on a bicycle, an e-bike. Mama, I Love You, the ride. It's a real easy terrain. You get opportunity to spend great time with your mom. And we have this trail, it is so amazing. It is a bless, and you get a chance. We have a lookout point that we're gonna end up at. Let me tell you, it's to die for. Really nice. Book the Mother's Day excursion. Call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. Well, if you like to ride, this might interest you. The Ride e-bike, amazing race, guys. You get an opportunity to win over $1,500 in cash and prizes. Yeah, man. Amazing race. It's a race. E-bike race. For more information, go into the kiosk at the Esplanade Mall. Kiosk number 3 inside the Esplanade Mall. Go inside there and they'll give you information how you could register and everything. Sort out yourself. I told you about the t-shirt, right? You need blank t-shirt, you need t-shirt printing. You go inside at the Esplanade Mall at Ride and you could buy blank t-shirts or you could get your t-shirt printed right away. You sit down, by the time you get up, t-shirt printed. 1, 2, 3. All right. Enough. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of our program. On behalf of all of our production team here at Ridealong Live, our senior executive producer, Lois JJ Lynn, Gibbs, Wago, Gail, big up all yourself. Don't forget, guys, the brunch coming up. We had the pudding and everything. Oilong and things and pudding, cocoa tea, all kind of things. Baked and saltfish, real thing. Coming up on the 12th. It's amazing. It is so amazing. So amazing. Catch you guys tomorrow. Friday. Right? Ride trivia. Tomorrow. It's going to be a party. Don't miss it. Catch you guys tomorrow, guys. Peace out. Good night.